information,
and have your say on the newspaper review on The Morning Crossfire.
only on 92.3 Nigeria in
Nigeria Info.
All right, 6:32 a.m. Good morning once again. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube, active on X, Nigeria Info PH is the newspaper review this morning. We already looked at the in-house bulletin, so now let's get to the punch. I am Kaladako Rubatabo. This is the Morning Crossfire on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Punch has the top story on its front page. Autonomy standoff. Governors get 4.5 trillion naira local government funds 1 year after Supreme Court ruling. Autonomy standoff. Governors get 4.5 trillion naira local government funds, or should I say LG funds, 1 year after Supreme Court ruling. And NNPC refineries may never work again. Dangote with that one. Nigeria rejected U.S. push to accept Venezuelan deportees. Tuga, the minister that has to do with foreign affairs there. LG poll, ballot snatching will trigger by-election, says LASIEC. That's the Lagos State Electoral Commission. And customs foil donkey genital smuggling, intercepts 40-feet container. Stop enriching discos with public funds, Senate tells FG. Tinubu rejects Trump's amazing offer. ADC not threat to PDP in Bauchi party chieftain. Ighodalo angry as Tinubu governors praise Okpebholo's court victory. Buhari government went after my allies post 2015 election, Jonathan alleges. Corrupt politicians using crypto wallets to launder money, EFCC chair. Now, let's take a look at the Vanguard this morning. And the big story on the Vanguard, 2027, ADC will dislodge Tinubu APC. Aregbe Shola with that one. If not for Tinubu, Buhari wouldn't have won APC primary. And that's coming from the presidency. Visa war. FG explains stance as US slams tighter measures. Amotekun dismisses 6 female recruits over pregnancy. Akwa Ibom man to die by hanging for beheading brother. Customs intercepts 10,603 male donkey genitals. Let's see. 2027, PDP wouldn't field Northerner for president, but a judge. All right. So I like to see how that plays out, right? You know, because Wike has always been, let's get a Southerner, and then I would likely support the party. But then again, he has also said that he will work for Tinubu come 2027. Anyways, enough of the explanations. Oti vows to make Abia inhabitable for criminals, launches security trust fund. An LP candidate warns of plot to disrupt Lagos LG poll. Now let's leave the Vanguard this morning. Take a look at the Nation newspaper. Visa restriction. Federal government rejects United States claim on reciprocity. And this one says Mustafa gets knocks for downplaying Tinubu's role in Buhari's 2015 triumph. Okpebholo. Supreme Court verdict victory for Edo. Audit report 210 trillion naira unaccounted for, not stolen by NNPCL. What a grammatic way to put it. But let's come here. 2027 legal landmines threaten opposition's coalition gamble. And Miranda calls for stricter policies to end drug abuse. Federal government to streamline accreditation processes for tertiary institutions. Now, I'm leaving the Nation to Daily Trust now. LG autonomy. After 1 year, nothing has changed. Worth talking about, I should say. And this one say power amidst high electricity costs, varsities, health facilities yet to get subsidy. Shatima visits Buhari in London. It talks about the former president not being in good health. UBA expands to more African cities, opens office in Saudi Arabia. EFCC warns Nigerians against crypto scams. And man admits selling stolen bike. Okay, not relevant to us, I guess, but I would have to leave Daily Trust now and take a quick look at what Channels TV is reporting this morning. And this one says Nigeria wouldn't bow to U.S. pressure to accept Venezuelan deputies, and that's coming from the federal government. This one says suspected herdsmen ambush security team in Benue, officers missing. Senate removes Natasha as diaspora committee chair, names replacement. Deep sense of betrayal. Ighodalo folds Supreme Court verdict on Edo election. Supreme Court affirms Okpegbalo's election as Edo governor. All right, and this one, visa policy. Tunji Ojo meets with U.S. envoy, says FG will curb overstay by Nigerians. Now, I'm going straight to the phone lines because time is fast spent. 38 minutes can pass 6. Please, when your call is picked, go straight to the point. Every caller allotted 60 seconds, maybe a little bit of an addition, but 60 seconds is what I'm giving to everybody. So straight to the point. Choose any of the headlines that piques your interest this morning. Once again, good morning. The numbers to call with 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0002. Now, I'm giving premium or priority to online viewers, especially on Facebook and on YouTube, where we're live, Nigeria Info PH, and also interacting with people on X, Nigeria Info PH as well. So let's go there, drop comments, or better still, drop your comments via WhatsApp, 0809-0306416. I'm taking my first call. Chima, calling from Rumukuta. Chima, good morning to you. Welcome on the show.
Hello?
Yeah, Chima, straight to the point, please. Your time starts now.
Canada, the tranquility that Rivers State has been enjoying now, I wouldn't want their AGC party to come and truncate it. Because the news from your headline today begins to keep me so skeptical. There is no time that our leader, Rotimi Amechi, has been involved in any political party that hasn't caused any kind of problem. Now, with the federal government discussing this one, I don't want that kind of thing that will happen now. Then the issue of what federal government has said about Buhari and Tinubu, is it not even an understatement? Tinubu has said it before, it was him that made the former president a president. And the former president did not doubt it. It's not something that maybe we begin to say, is it truth or is it lie? Primary, is it something? And that election was held between Buhari and Atiku. So this isn't the first time that Tinubu have been defeating Atiku in political tussle.
Right.
So to me, let us not be counted what happened.
All right, thank you, Chima. All right, thank you, Chima. Moving on. Mrs. Uche from Eche, welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, Canada, good morning.
Yeah, your 60 seconds starts now. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, 4.5 trillion naira 1 year after Supreme Court given to governors. I want to say, yes, some states are still underdeveloped. ASU still threatens a strike.
What does local government, Uche Ken, what does local government got to do with ASU? I'm wondering, sorry.
I hope the question is not targeted to my time. It's not taken from my own 1 minute.
I mean, I'm the time.
Acting on the 4.5 trillion naira.
But you mentioned ASU, and I'm wondering what it has to do with ASU.
They're threatening strike now. Are they not under education?
But it has nothing to do with local government. We're talking about local government.
Canada, calm down, Kwano. I want to say the money should be utilized. The money should be properly handled. The money should be properly used, and not some of the things we are hearing today. Finally, inmates released on the on 7th of this month, still engaged on robbery on 10th of the same month. I want to say, your headline on 7th of this month reads, judiciary to decongest the prison. And I tried to connect him but ran out of luck. I would have reminded judiciary one thing that happened during Chief Dr. Chidi Lloyd, that he declared somebody wanted and the judiciary released the person through decongesting the prison and something happened. It has happened again.
All right.
I want to beg the judiciary, before you decongest your prison, look inward, those who have a critical matter to settle, those who have cause to answer.
All right, thank you,
Mrs.
Uchiken.
By releasing them, and today they will go back handling guns.
All right, thank you. Susie from Irima, good morning to you. Welcome. What's on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, let me just stress to the point on the start of a lecturer from the Department of Agriculture, University of Port Harcourt, trying to question the rationale behind the IBAS, beginning to revamp the agricultural farm we have at Tonga and all of that. It is not a compulsion that IBAS must complete all projects. Yes, the project can be specific time rating and all of that, but you don't just have to put out that kind of statement trying to play down on the effort being made by this sole administrator. He has done so much and he has done well. This is what we got, and we all have to embrace and support it by providing services, either by eulogizing or telling him to do more grease to his elbow. And then ADC is having problem in River State. They will continue. Even most of the people they call the organic support of the suspended governor, even they call out on radio, all of them now are ADC members. So for me, they will continue to have problems. Thank you very much, Susie, from Rema.
All right, thank you, Susie. Akanto from Bori. Akanto, welcome. What's on your mind?
Canada, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Welcome.
Canada.
Yeah.
Yes, let me talk about the inauguration of Rivers.
Okay.
As an inaugural person who constitutes, I think, a major part of this River State, apart from Eche, we have been denying in the nomination of the permanent secretary.
Are you going to make this a tribal argument or conversation? I'm wondering. Are you there? Okay, I think I lost the connection with Akanto. Sorry about that. But on Facebook, Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara from Owerri says, why is Akpabio playing God in this country? I want to remind him that power is transient. You have it today and tomorrow it's gone. Whatever we do today becomes history tomorrow. And history has a way of judging our actions and inactions. I also want to remind him that God is still on the throne watching. His meals grind slowly but surely. Senator Akpabio, know thyself. Darlington Ogbuku says, according to Dangote, that NNPCL refinery may not work again. As if the refineries have been working, they should stop playing with us because we are not kids. Ajugu Nuhu says Atiku Obi cannot defeat Tinubu. It's a welcome statement because in the nearest future, Nigerians will see the president's policies are working. And Justice Uri, suspect released from prison, arrested for armed robbery. There should be rehabilitation centers for released inmates and again throwing them back to the society without rehabilitation and counseling. Lorenzo Delight says, good morning, Canada. The suspect arrested for robbing in Job should be properly investigated. Dangote saying that NNPC refineries may not work again is embarrassing. It is now a challenge for NNPC to prove him wrong. The crisis in ADC is just starting. It will be tougher soon. But let's get to JJ and we're fast standing by. Let's start with JJ this morning. JJ, good morning to you. Welcome.
Canada, that is not from Canada. Good morning.
I always tell you never can tell. But welcome, JJ. Good morning. Your time starts now. Your time
Canada.
is counting.
Administrator Ibas trying to revive farms. I think it's a laudable idea, but where is the time at the end of the day? And you have a lot of things in your hand. Why farm if you don't have sinister motive? Flood is coming all state. You say what?
Don't you want to eat? You say why farm? Don't you plan to eat? I wonder.
Before granola come with a sharpstone. So what I'm trying to tell you in essence is that I think it's just grandstanding so that people will see that it's busy. But every project has a timeline. So it should roll out the timeline so that people can also key in and follow. But the one that is surprising me this morning, which I also agree, because I remember when you were on AdFact, I sent you a message when I think it was Obele talking about the NNPC and the refinery, and I told you that the refinery will not work in 30 years when he was talking about 30-day shutdown.
All right.
Just mark that message because Dangote, my Omi, has also told you that refinery may not
all right,
work.
JJ.
What they use to revamp that refinery is more than what he used to build a new one.
Okay.
How will it work?
All right, JJ, I would have to pause you at this point. I've got Mufasa from NTA Road. Mufasa, good morning to you. Welcome.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Yeah, what's on your mind?
Yeah, Kalada, the young man who is in a hurry to go back to prison, I want to say that God has answered his prayers. As I also want to use the opportunity to appreciate what the Job Vigilante Group is doing to, keep the peace around that area. I think if these persons or these people are granted pardon, a program would have been organized for them for a specific period of time. These are people who have stayed in incarceration, and it would be only fair for them to be, guided before they will be released into the larger society. Well, he will be going back there to meet his old friends. Congratulations to him. And Dangote has stated the obvious. This is a facility, or these are facilities that so much has been spent upon for turnaround maintenance,
right,
and nothing is turning around. So for me, it's going to serve as a wake-up call. I'm sure the management of the NNPC, they are here in Nigeria, not down to need to do it.
All right, thank you very much, sir, and thank you for
Very
all right.
So you should try to make sense for once. A prisoner that was released 7th, rearrested on the 10th. What did I find? We're going to his business place. Where was he going to?
Temple, innocent until proved guilty, right?
That is what we are in. Innocent until proven guilty. Somebody that was just released. Is he not supposed to be taking proper care of himself and getting some medical treatment? Or $1 billion so wasted. It is very unfortunate. And the EFCC is telling us, you begin to tell them people that are living above their income, and when they have a lot of jobs, so if the EFCC is not here, the refinery workers invested funds and not for.
Thank you very much. Time here, Bass talk out to restore peace. I get very angry because receipts has always been peaceful. There is not injustice to be portraying people. Pardon that should be in time. Thank you for your message on WhatsApp. Well, let's look at some other WhatsApp messages this morning. I think the judiciary should know the type of inmates they release in trying to decongest the prisons, because it is better we continue to have congested correctional centers while having relative peace in the society than releasing criminals. All right. Ida is sending in this message, and it says, I'm pleading with Ibas not to appoint anybody again and not to go to some kind of farm again. He should please return to his state. Our authentic governor is returning, and the state will be peaceful under the governor of Fubara. And this one says, top of the morning, sole administrator to revive farm. For me, there is no time for him to revive the farm. ADC will dislodge APC come 2027 general elections. Hard truth. Thank God ability to agree with that one. And this one says, good morning. Really now. He said President Trump should stop trying to use African countries as a dumping ground for foreign illegal immigrants in the United States. Is it because of his aid to us? African leaders should stay away from United States during the tenure of President Trump to avoid further humiliation. We are not his slaves, but independent countries. Thank you. Emil Kamande JP from Okpata Kingdom in Ekpeye Land. Thank you very much for that message. And this one says, NNPC refinery may never work again. It is a very careless and insensitive statement from Dangote Iguanugo. Dominic with that one. Iguanugo, thank you very much. But let's look at this one. This one says, good morning, presenter. My name is Akpopie Kone Barry from Sime Tai. If not for Tinubu, Buhari would not have won. This is crystal clear that Tinubu played a pivotal role in the emergence of former President Buhari. Now is the time that even Buhari and others would have given their support to Tinubu rather than fighting him directly and indirectly to unseat him. Though they will fight him, but Tinubu will still win them again. Natasha is changed or has been removed from the House Committee chairman. This is a good lesson for Natasha, you said. All right, your opinion. Thank you nonetheless. And then let's read this one. This one says the newly released criminal should be sent back to prison. Fidelis Iai Elemua from Chokocho Eche with that one. And this one says, why is APC always talking against Buhari's government as if it is another party that that they are doing, that APC will say, I don't get that part, Malachi, so I would have to skip him, sorry. But now let's look at some messages on Facebook and let's see what we've got there. Dumka Legeni Benemene says, looking at your in-house news, Dangote boasting that the state-owned refineries managed by NNPC Limited might not work again. He said it is good. Obviously, the top management, staff, engineers of NNPC Limited have always demonstrated that they lack conscience, and because of their corrupt gains, they have sold out Nigeria's nationhood. And Jafet Ibekwe says, the way I'm seeing, Governor Ibas wouldn't be happy to leave that office anytime soon. Shame on the federal government if any individual company can challenge the government-owned refineries on production. And Cyprian Injoku says, Amechi River State will never stand because of leadership. Since 2015, Amechi never won any election. Rivers people never take him serious again. ADC will fail woefully, including Ikore local government area. All right, entirely your opinion. But I've got Wachuku Kennedy Chinedu, and he's texting from Okukwa Umuhu Okwatu. And he says, good morning, everyone in the studio. The disagreement between Shetima and Mr. President over emergency rule in Rivers State is a clear indication that something is cooking, and in due time it will be displayed to the public. This disagreement is a very powerful one. We can't wait to see the end of this drama. El Rufai is my brother remains another powerful statement. I'm seeing the North coming together to oust Mr. President come 2027. God can never be mocked. All right, that is that for the newspaper review this morning. Commercial up next, and after that, the business news at the top of the hour. Please do stay tuned.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to Nigeria Info.